everybody, and welcome to the Daily Scope for the 23rd of June. Okay, unlike last week, we've got a lot of, few at least, main influences affecting us this week. So at first we've got Mercury making a parallel to Venus, meaning that they're on the same side of the sky, and that's the same energy as a conjunction. So this entered on the 6th of June, was exact on the 12th of June, it's also exact again on the 27th of June at 9:44 p.m. and going to kind of like leave us completely on the 5th of July at 7:07. Then the Sun is making a parallel to Mercury. This entered on the 6th of June as well, was exact on the 11th of June, is exact again on the 29th of June at 3:56 a.m. and going to leave us completely on the 5th of July at 2:24 a.m. Then we've got Mercury's contra-parallel to Pluto, which is the same as the opposition, so they're kind of in a kind of tense, conflicting fight with each other. So this entered on the 20th of June, is exact at 9:16 p.m. on the 29th of June, and leaves us completely on the 4th of July at 2:32 p.m, but still gonna, affect us right up until about the 8th of July, I would say. So yeah. When Mercury makes a parallel to Venus, imagine witty banter flowing effortlessly in conversations like a perfectly mixed cocktail at a fancy party. So this transit brings a harmonious blend of communication, which is represented by Mercury, and love, represented by Venus. So this makes it an ideal time to express your affection with, a bit of swagger, a bit of charm, elegance, whatever your style is, So, it's sending us a lot of positive vibes, which is good. There's some tense aspects, as always, that are going to pull us into conflict in the week. So it's good that we've got this nice Mercury parallel Venus, easing communication. So, it's good for that sort of, date night, deep discussions, or just flirting. So yeah, the Sun's parallel to Mercury, sort of like having the spotlight on our thoughts and ideas this week. So it illuminates them for the world to see. So sometimes, facial expressions, body language can give you away. The Sun's kind of like our ego, how we put ourselves forward in our expressions as well. So, just be aware of the impressions that you're giving this week. Make sure, if you're playing poker or any other game, your gambling game or non-gambling game that requires a sort of stern face because you don't want to give away your gameplay, then it's best to just make sure that you keep your body language and facial expressions in check. But it allows us to gain mental clarity, work on our self-expression. We can really shine this week in our communication products and our decision making as well. So, the best use of this time is to share our insights and thoughts, make important connections with others, and as I said, you never know who you're meeting this week. So do your best to make sure, because they do say, the first impressions often last a lifetime, so make sure you're making the right first impression. So yeah, so Mercury's contra-parallel to Pluto brings an intensity to the week, power struggles, also deep rooted psychological, emotional and spiritual issues can come to the surface or cause problems in relationships or just within yourself, sleepless nights, things like that. Also, because of this tense in the conflict that some of you can be having, especially those with strong Scorpio, Pluto, 8th house, Aries, Mars, 1st house energy in your chart as well, or strong conjunctions to your Mercury that are kind of tense, like oppositions and squares, semi-squares, stuff like that. So just be mindful of your words. People can have sort of hidden intentions in their communication, so just watch the way how you're speaking. As I said, we've got that Mercury parallel to Venus chilling things out as well, but there can still be manipulative, jealous, obsessive behaviour as well. So, you know, be aware of that. To make the most of these transits, embrace the positive energies of Mercury's parallel Venus for smooth conversations and, you know, pouring your heart out, saying the things you really want to say, you know, even if you don't get that deep. We can sort of like use the Sun's parallel to Mercury to help us communicate effectively and showcase our ideas confidently. And when we're facing the challenging energy of Mercury's conjunct parallel to Pluto, it's important that we practice patience, empathy, active listening, that we speak with transparency, be direct, clarify things if you're unsure what someone's meant, because I've learned assumptions makes a fool out of you, and always judge someone on their, you know, their actions. And even if you only speak online, whereas the actions online, you know, not on anything else. And go with, I'm not going to say always go with your gut and jump to conclusions, but when people show you who they are, believe them. So yeah, also on the deeper psychological, spiritual levels as well, we can just feel empowered to be more creative, make important decisions with confidence, really shine through verbal and written expression, dig deep into our psychological selves, confront what's going on there, especially our toxic thought patterns, and just be open to sort of like work on the ways that you're destructive in your communication. In what ways could you improve your communication? And, you know, remember, a lot of the time the communication that we have with others stems from the communication that we have with ourselves and our thoughts. So, you know, digging deep into the psyche and cleaning out everything that you can find there. It's not going to happen all at once. It's a slow and steady work, but starting or continuing that work over your lifetime can really improve your quality of life. So yeah, content creators can talk about communication strategies, how we can effectively go about expressing ourselves with more mental clarity, how we can use healthy communication, talking about what healthy communication is and what it is not, and giving tips and strategies on how we can improve it. Talking about power dynamics in relationships, especially those revolving around jealousy, obsession. Talking about the positives and negatives of obsession and jealousy. Also going into consent and boundaries and how important, regardless of our own personal feelings, obsessions, we must always respect other people's boundaries, and giving tips and strategies on how we can do that, as such as, you know, seeking out therapy, reading books, listening to podcasts, stuff like that. Thought-provoking discussions can also do well, talking about how important it is to build our emotional resilience, how self-reflection can really help us get into deeper connection with ourselves, because a lot of the time we're out of sync with others because we're out of sync with ourselves. So yeah, on the 23rd of June, also Mercury makes a square to the Moon's North Node. The Moon enters void of course at 10:02 a.m. and then the Moon enters Capricorn at 6:18. So Mercury's in Gemini and the Moon's North Node is in Pisces. So when Mercury forms a square with the Moon's North Node, there can be a tension between our communication and our destiny, our life path, our goals, us meeting our goals. This transit allows us to have growth through our conversations or researching information that challenges our usual way of thinking. So at times it can be hard to be brought out of our comfort zones, and we can reject new information. Typically, by being open to things out of your comfort zone, you can really learn something valuable that can help you. It can be like receiving a cryptic message pointing you towards your true path or your true direction, or helping you in problem solving in issues you've been trying to solve for a while. As the Moon enters void of course, it just allows us to just take some time out for reflection, although we can lack sort of like clarity. So just double check the facts. The moon in Capricorn brings that grounding energy, allowing us to stay practical, be ambitious and disciplined, work on long-term planning, be strategic in our thinking and take on our responsibilities with a mature sort of like attitude. So yeah, that was the daily scopes for the 23rd of June.